Hello, and welcome back to Pwnery's Penny Arcade, and this is our continuing coverage of The Long Dark Survival Sandbox. This would be Season 4, Episode 2, and where I left you last was in this barn, and I have waited it out till daylight, and if you start to hear the whimperings and whinings of a Yorkshire Terrier, it's because my dog is in heat, and she's quite, moody and clingy and desperate for attention. And I don't really understand why, because she wasn't like this the first 3 times. But I don't know, she's pretty easy to please otherwise. And I noticed she just got a haircut today and she looks kind of weird. That's going to take some getting used to. You stay right there, okay? So anyway, we're going to hit up the next point of interest, which I believe is the farmhouse, which isn't very far from where we are right now. But this place already is looted out. I already think I took everything. Oh, I didn't take the charcoal. Okay. But I looted this place out already, and I waited till daylight so we can map it. And if you want to check our condition, we're okay. Like, risk of intestinal parasites always happens when you eat predatory meat, like a wolf or a bear. But if you eat deer, perfectly fine. If you eat fish, perfectly fine. So, and rabbit, perfectly fine. Go figure. Anyway, our condition is good. Let me check our clothing because I know, yeah, see, we took a hit for that and that. Let's go ahead and repair this. Just to recap, I don't have carry weight, which I know is hacks or whatever, but the reason I don't have carry weight is because I'm just trying to show you the maps and like the basic survival parts of this game. So to be able to do that, I just want to be able to carry whatever I want. That way I can just show you what you need when you need it. But there is a very heightened level of danger when it comes to trying to balance what you're carrying and trying to stay unencumbered, because if you ever have to walk in the snow, um, in the wind while you're encumbered, and there's wolves in the area, you're in a lot of danger, especially if you have limited ammunition. Where in my case, we don't really seem to have an ammunition problem right now because uh, for some reason the loot table is really generous, and I think it's probably there has to be a change that was done to warrant that, I think. So we're just going to keep repairing our gear because there's a blizzard outside. If you couldn't hear it, you could probably hear it. And I only got the one pair of climbing socks. I don't think there's anything better than those, but they're my socks of choice. And my boots need some work. We can do that. I'm just listening for the storm to pass. Alright, so the boots are good. Let me grab a drink before that becomes an issue. Maybe just water. I think my intestinal parasites thing should be over. No? Infected meat. Kind of reminds me of that thing on The Walking Dead. Tainted meat! I'm tainted meat! That thing? Yeah. That was a pretty powerful scene. Alright, so the fisherman sweaters are okay. Rabbit skin. I need to fix this. Do I have a cured rabbit pelt? Yes. Okay. Good. I've noticed when you get attacked by wolves and you have rabbit skin hats or gloves, they tend to be the first thing that gets tore apart. Ooh, I don't have cured guts. Okay. Well, I guess we're done with that. Let's go ahead and take a look outside and see how bad it actually is. It's gonna be terrible, isn't it? Oh, buddy. Okay. I'm not really sure I want to work with that. Let's go look at this other. Let's go look at this other tractor real quick. Like, I don't hear wolves around, so it's not the end of the world. All right, nothing in this one. Not even a sun visor flipped down. That's kind of weird. Whatever. Alright, so I'm about to show you how bad it can get. So I went out the other door, right? And I'm looking around and I can barely see 5 feet in front of me. Now, because of our clothing, we're not really affected by the cold, but it says that it's minus 39. Okay, so we are just slightly below. So we are kind of cold. All right, fine, because I think our clothes are getting wet. That's what it is. All right, so let's go back this way. All right, I'm just gonna walk like a couple of feet this way, right? Just to show you. So as I was over here, right? Look, the barn disappeared. It's like, wait a minute, I thought I left it right there. So yeah, walking around in this crap, not advisable. Plus, I think there's arrows over here, usually broken one, yeah. And a good one, and a good one. Alright, so the thing I'm looking for is actually that way. Only because I've played this enough times to know which way the barn faces. And we're not freezing, so I should be able to go ahead and get some wood going, since we're killing time, trying to get the storm to pass. Oh, we are pretty cold, okay. Can I squat down? No? We're gonna get cold, whatever. I just want the storm to pass. Oh no, look, we're warming up. Cool. Oh, we were protected. Nice. Alright. Oh, I thought that was a bear. Wait, we did shoot a bear earlier. That's right. Before I went in the barn, I shot a bear in the face. Oh, wait, no, you guys didn't get to see that. Sorry. So I waited till morning between the last video and this one. And the first thing I did was I stepped outside, and I saw a bear standing in front of me. So I took a shot at it, and then it ran at me. So somewhere out there is a dead bear. By the time we find the body, it's going to be very well frozen. Very well frozen. If I sound like I'm in a better mood today, I sort of am. And, you know, I may have mentioned this before, but I do have a background in psychology and couples therapy and things like that. Psychology of women and couples therapy specifically. But you would be surprised how well your personal morale will improve with a bit of sunshine. So this morning, we had a cold front blow through, and it was pretty severe. There were 4 tornadoes in the area, and I looked out my window this morning, and I saw my neighbor's barbecue grill get picked up and thrown into the windshield of my other neighbor's car. So when I left for work this morning, they're both standing there looking at the damage, and I'm like, everything cool? And they both kind of just gave me this, shit happens. So, you know, they were civil about the whole thing, which is awesome. But by the time I got off of work today, sunshine, it's like 71 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, winds are light. So naturally, the top of the car came down, and I got to drive with the top down, which is really nice because, you know, sunshine on the skin, vitamin D, puts you in a good mood. It really does. Like, I cannot recommend it enough to people. This car that I've got is my first ever convertible. I've had cars with sunroofs and moonroofs and whatnot. It's so not the same. When the roof is the universe, it's different. It's very different. It puts you in a good mood too. And what's kind of funny is, you know, if you drive around in your travels throughout the day, you probably notice that everybody's car looks like the same egg-shaped mommy missile loser cruiser and, you know, sport activity bullshit, right? Well, I drive a retro, you know, throwback looking car. It's from 2003, but it's a Thunderbird, and it looks like one from 1956. So me just driving my car in public puts people in a good mood. Like, they stop and they wave. Matter of fact, on the way home, I got stuck behind, I didn't know who it was at first, but I got stuck behind somebody driving a Honda Civic with a baby seat in the back seat. And I thought, get out of my way. You're doing 19 miles an hour. And just as I said that, they did. They moved out of the way. I got to pass them. They got behind me so they can, I guess, see the rest of my car. And then what ended up happening was they pulled up next to me at the red light, and I look over, and this woman was like beaming ear to ear looking at my car and waving at me. So, like, I wave back, and then I look, and she's got like a little girl in the back seat, and the little girl's going crazy. So I wave at her, and the little girl goes even crazier. And then she kind of goes, she holds up her phone, and she gives me this gesture like, "Is this okay?" So I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." So she took a picture. But you know, just little things like that puts people in a good mood, which is good because I have October's the worst month of my life ever. This year, I just can't. I can't reiterate how bad this month was for me, just because of like losses, essentially. Like I lost a friend to a very rare form of cancer about a week ago. That sucked. But anyway, uh, yeah, it was really nice just to get out and sort of chill. Like it was fine. Alright, so anyway, here we are. It's nighttime. The blizzard did stop, but now we're kind of stuck, right? So I think what I'm going to do... Well, I don't want to drink the tea because I'm pretty sure if I get a full night's sleep without it, I could, ew. Let's just go ahead and eat this and get it out of the way. Hopefully we don't get sick. Good. We'll eat the stale one too. And maybe we'll eat the stale one too. Huh. Maybe we'll eat the stale one too. Why not? So right now all I'm doing is I'm just killing time because I want to do a full night's sleep and then we can just get up and leave. Like I didn't even have to do the fire, but I just used it for light or whatever. An ambiance. Anyway. Let's see. What else can I do? We should deconstruct these batteries because they're just... I got 33 pounds of batteries, but if I harvest it for lead, I think I'd get some weight back. I know we don't have carry weight, but I'm trying to be, you know, reasonable about it. So let's see what... Oh, these are all fresh. I should have put them on the ground the whole time. I'm an idiot. Alright, so let me... You know, it wouldn't hurt if they allowed you to drop guts next to a fire and have it dry faster. Is that, like... Can we have that? I don't think that's unreasonable. So we went from 33 pounds to 3.3 pounds. That's nice. So I'm going to do the same thing to this one, because you can't use batteries for anything else in this game anyway. You know, if you were playing H1Z1, you can make, like, lights and stuff out of it. That's fine. You can't fix these, so we're going to harvest this too. Okay. And let's see. Do I have anything else I can get rid of? I don't need this. And this is a lot of what Sandbox Survival is going to be. Like, you're going to go through this stuff, and you're going to, you know, you're going to get rid of things that you don't need. And you're going to harvest things for materials so you can keep the things you do need going. You notice I didn't do anything about these gloves, and the reason I did that was because if my rabbit skin gloves get tore up too badly that I can't repair them, I can do these in a pinch. Same thing with these boots here. These are one of my favorite boots next to the ski boots. But I can take everything else apart, that's fine. Like, I'm waiting for the moon to hit pretty much right up the middle, and then I'll just sleep it off. Because then I will actually do the, what's the word I'm looking for? The herbal tea to get the rest benefit. So, in your travels with the carry weight being a factor, you would probably do this more often than I will. But I'm just doing it to kind of illustrate that, yes, you do need to do this.
I think I need to lay down.
I think you need to shut up. Alright. Yeah, and I'll take this one apart too. That'll do it. I'll do the herbal tea. I think what I'll do is I'll drink a coffee and an herbal tea because now we're already past the point of, you know, how I want to sleep. I'll do all these repairs later. I think you guys have seen me mess around with this stuff enough. And what I'll do next is put my pots down. Right? And then I will cook. We'll heat up a cup of coffee, and we will also heat up a cup of herbal tea. go. And while we wait, we will go ahead and eat moldy crackers. Gross. Oh, that was enough to fill our meter. That's cool. Alright, and we'll drink this. And then we'll drink this. How much time we got left? 6 hours? Alright. I think I can sleep for 6 hours, right? And then what that will probably do is... I notice the fires always burn a little longer because of my proficiency. Oh, it went out. Oh no, it's still going. Alright, so let me add a stick. 14 minutes is enough. Because, yeah, it's about to be morning. And then we will make another cup of coffee. Actually, you know what? Don't I have, like, a can of coffee somewhere down here? Yeah. Just make another one. Damn. I don't want to leave these behind, so I'm going to have to pick them up, unfinished. But we will finish them eventually. Alright, so we'll drink this one. This fire is about to go out again, which is fine. We'll pick up that pot, and then we'll go do this and drink this one, just as it's sitting as embers. And that's basically maximizing your fire right there. See, it's got 1 minute left. Pick up my bedroll, because if you leave that behind and you get somewhere where you don't have a place to sleep, you are in a world of crap. Okay, so we still need a little bit more daylight. Let me see what condition our tools are in. So the gun is a bit meh. Let's sharpen this. I need more daylight is what I'm waiting on. And I can get rid of this whetstone, since it's only got 2 more uses after this. Oh, I guess I only had 1 use out of it, so I'm using another one now. Fine, whatever. Where are we at? 40? Oh man, it's gonna take the rest of my life. Screw that. We'll deal with that later. Let's clean my gun. They did a pretty good job of the sound effects for cleaning your gun. Without a doubt. Yes. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, we got daylight, so we're good to go. Let's drop... Oh wait, I don't want to drop it here. So there's a little, like, I don't know if it's an exploit. I wouldn't call it an exploit, but you can go to a container, and then you can go to your tools, and then anything that's ruined, like bad whetstone, and then you move it in there, disappears. It's like out of the ether, just where you need it. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Watch that bear show up. Right in front of me. Roar. Look at that. Clear as a bell. Okay, I believe I'm facing east. So let's go ahead and survey. Good. Okay, so there's the barn. Yeah, so we're facing east because there's the destroyed house. We need to go more west. But I want to check out this destroyed house because we couldn't really see it very well earlier. We got 1 wolf there, 1 wolf there. Don't worry, they'll become a factor very shortly. I don't remember if there was anything here, like a basement that I can jump into or not. About to find out. Nothing. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we got our first set of customers here. These wolves want to get fresh. Look at them run. Oh, look at that, 2 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. Boy, we are going to be busy. How'd that work out for you? One, 2, 3, 4 more. Man. Don't worry. They're all going to calm down and come back at me. We're going to kill all of them before we leave. I should probably take the high ground for this. There we go. Now I can keep an eye on all of them. Where's the closest one? Is he right there? That didn't go so well. For him. Spine shot. I will kill all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, there's 6 wolves here. Jesus, okay. Alright, this is our next sucker here. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna clip through the damn... I missed. Kind of rushed it. Like that. I really am not a fan of this last-ditch Arasaka rear sight. And I will put a picture of a real one in this video, because an Enfield does not have a rear sight like this. I'm sorry. I own a number 1 Mark III and a number 5 Mark I jungle carbine. The jungle carbine has something of a peep sight, but it's even got an elevator and everything, so I'm calling BS on this one. Alright, here he comes. Really? Jesus. I know I'm wasting your time, so I'm going to run it a little long today, like I did yesterday. I think we went like 40-something minutes. The next POI is actually really close. That's the other reason I'm not really in a hurry. That one's howling. That one's stalking. The only thing that sucks is those things are freezing, which is going to make the harvest take longer. Alright, come at me, big fella. Are you serious? I hit him that time. You can see the blood spurt. Moving target. Man, I'm going through ammo like it's no big deal. Alright. It's funny that they actually got the charger clips correct. I hit him. It just wasn't enough to kill him. I bet if I waited a little longer, if you got a little closer, it probably would have took him in one shot. Alright, so I've got 2 for sure that I've hit. They're going to just run until they die. Like, that one's not coming back. He'll die somewhere else. There should be 1 wolf left that's still stalking me. Out here somewhere. Right? Screw it. I'll just start harvesting. We'll find out. Oh, there he is. Come on at me. Now, there's a trick you can do, and I forgot what button it was, but you can drop a piece of gut on the ground and use it as bait, and it'll slow him down. Or you can just shoot him in the face like that. Sometimes I get lucky. Alright. Man, that was a lot of rounds expended to kill a bunch. Well, I got a bunch of them. Oh, cool, he's only 14. So, because I don't have carry weight issues, I'm just going to take everything. Screw it. We'll sort it out later. Good. Oh, there's the bear. Oh god, just die already. Gotcha. That's right. Bear medicine. Yeah, how'd that work out for you? I'm gonna just quarter this one, because it's gonna take the rest of my life to carve this thing up. I think I'm gonna quarter up everything, actually. We're in a hurry. And I got a storm again. This is stuff you don't want to go to waste, and obviously if you had a carry weight issue, you can't do that, because you would be so weighed down that obviously you wouldn't be able to take it all. Alright, I'm gonna quarter this one too. We don't have time for this. Oh, it got cold and we got thirsty. Okay. Well, let's take a quick drink. I may have to abandon the other wolves just because I can't remember where they are.
Too cold to think.
Yeah, you're too cold to think, but you're never too cold to run your mouth. I take this. Wow, 76% frozen. Great. Yeah, I'm dealing with hypothermia, I can tell. It's fine. Alright. Okay. Let me... Should we go for it? Let's see how bad our hypothermia risk is. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's almost nighttime. Let's... One more day. I'm sorry. One more day, guys. One more. I promise. Okay. This will give me time to carve up all this crap, too. And probably put down all the guts. That would be a good idea, right? Let's do that. Drop all this. Drop all this. Drop all this. Isn't there more? Or does that was it? Okay. Cured, 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 cured. Where's my fresh? Fresh, 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 fresh. Okay. Very good. We'll pick all of that up before we leave. And let's take the charcoal, start another fire. This helps me get rid of a lot of this crap that I'm not going to keep anyway. Okay, that's fine. Just checking my dog. She was
Come on.
scratching or something. It's okay. You're not in trouble.
Turned out pretty well.
Alright, so that'll heat us up pretty quickly, which is fine. And then I can just add a bunch of coal. I got a ton of it. There. Got 12 hours worth of fire. This will cure, do its thing. And while we just... Wait, how are we doing on food? Let's go ahead and eat. Well, I got a lot of meat, so let's just go ahead and eat that up first. Maybe eat this up first. Okay. Where's all my meat? Okay. We'll just eat this. Need some more. Okay. And then put the pots out. This will kill... We can do two things at once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the meat that I already have, and then I'll carve up the other meat that I don't already have. So like that one, and that one. Put my gun away, because we're just sitting here anyway. And then, what is it? It's here, right? Yeah. So then we can harvest this. Just for the meat, because we took everything else during the quartering. And that only takes, what, 7 minutes? I think I've got a lot of bear quarters too. What's funny is I actually eat in real life. I enjoy bear meat. Like, I'm perfectly fine with it. But in this game, it's like, no, you can't do that because you'll get intestinal parasites. It's like, really? Really? I'm going to cook it over an open fire. And you're going to give me intestinal parasites. Okay. Anyway. That was meat we got. Oh, I better check for cooking meat. Okay, 16 minutes. We got time. And as you can hear, there's another blizzard. This area gets hit with a lot of weather. Oops. Sorry. Freaked my dog out. Okay. The one thing that really bothers me is if you quarter meat like this, right, and you live in the polar Canadian North, like they're implying for this, why shouldn't I be able to just leave the bag out in the cold and let it freeze? Like, that makes sense to me. Alright, and now I can start doing the bear quarters. I think this takes a little longer, right? Yeah, 20 minutes. I think the bear takes an hour to cook, right? That sound about right? My dog is really pissed. She really wants attention. Relax. Just relax. Bad enough yet. She has to wear a doggy diaper. Okay, now I can cook. Well, I gotta keep cooking this because I got a bunch of it. So that's what we're doing right now. This is just more preparation for the next leg of the trip. And then what I think I'll do is we'll hit the next place, we'll hit the barn, or sorry, the farmhouse, and then I will spare you um, me having to sharpen knives and clean the gun and all that stuff. Because, like, nobody wants to see that, right? That's all pretty repetitive. I mean, I'm sure none of y'all want to see this. I'm just killing time so I can sleep it off. And then hopefully there won't be a blizzard in the morning. Because I really do need a clear view for what I'm going to do when I head over there. And then once I get to the farmhouse, it's got a stove. So I should be able to cook things 6 at a time, which is fantastic. Alright, so good and good. And then cook the next one and the next one. I'm going to leave the bear meat raw for tonight, I think. Or maybe I can just cook, sleep an hour, cook, sleep an hour. That's another method you can do this. So we'll just do that. There we go. There's no way I'm going to be able to eat all this bear meat before it goes bad too, which is kind of a shame. Alright, that should be it. Like, I shouldn't have any other weirdo things to... Okay, good. So these are all... Oh, these are already done. Good. Okay, cook. 44 minutes and 30 minutes. Okay, I can sleep for an hour. Because it takes like an hour for it to burn anyway, so it's just really well done. It's fine. Okay. See, 44 and 58, so we're good there. And then we'll just keep doing this. Now, if you had to do this in a survival situation where you can only sleep an hour at a time, that you would sleep like shit. I'm sorry. And how would you wake up in an hour? Like, with no alarm, right? Like, there's that. Okay, that's good, that's good. We'll just keep doing this. And we're knocking out, you know, an hour at a time. And the game saves after every nap you take anyway, so that's not so terrible either. I will apologize for it being a little pokier than usual. But I knew that when we got to this barn, we were going to be surrounded by all those animals, and they had to die, and if you're going to kill them, you might as well eat them, right? So we'll do that, and we're a little low on the liquid. There we go. Takes care of that. And let's see. There we go. Bear meat time. So the bear takes an hour. I'm just going to keep doing... Oops. Shoot. I'm just going to keep doing this until morning. And that kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. There we go. And we'll grab that. And I will eat that. See if it gives me intestinal parasite things. And it always gives you the warning. Can't remember if it was 10 days of antibiotics or something like that you got to take to overcome it. Man, it's such a pain in the ass when you get it too. Storyline mode, they're like, yeah, you got enough crap on your plate. We're not going to make you do that. But this game mode, they're like, no, we're going to make you suffer just a bit. So, in the order of points of interest, what I guess I can disclose that now is we're going to hit the farmhouse for this episode. The next episode, we're going to hit the radio tower. And then the next episode, we're going to hit 3 Strikes Ranch or something like that, I think it's called. So we'll do that. My dog is really pissed. What's the matter? Why are you so upset? Relax. She's really upset. Like, I've never seen her do that before. Like, she's kicking violently. Do you have to go out? You gotta go outside? Shouldn't look like it. She usually responds to that if she has to go. She's in the right condition. Oh, crap. I can't see what I'm doing. Alright, well, let's just light this up for a second. I forgot to... Whoops. Alright. Hey, I don't think I have to cook tonight. Yeah, something smells kind of nice. Usually I have to do that too. So it's work all day, cook, clean the house, wash your dogs. Yeah. Then it's midnight. Never catch a break. Alright, how close to done? 52 minutes. Oh man, that like just started. Okay. There, that should hold us. Oh wait, I gotta put this thing out. There. There we are. I promise, daylight, we're heading out. Blizzard or not. Screw it. You guys are sick of seeing this barn. I know you are. Cold? What? Why does it say cold? I've never seen that before. Whatever. Bear meat. Bear meat. And it's giving me plenty of time to let that cure up a bit too, so not really that bothered by it. I've never seen that where it said cold, even though it's been sitting on, you know, the fire. And all that good stuff. Yeah, see, now it says cooked. Whatever. Screw it. I think one more hour, and we should have enough daylight to go out anyway. Yeah. This will be the last one. Oh, I can't sleep. Apparently, we're already wide awake, so we'll just pass an hour's worth of time. There we go. Give me that, give me that, give me that, and let's cook up a coffee. Let's warm up a coffee. Drink that. Wow, my dogs are pissed. I just heard that. Okay, and then pick this up. No, pick it up. There we go. Let's eat a moldy cracker. Gross. Oh, that must be finishing eating moldy crackers. And let's see, what's the next worst can do? Oh, energy bar. Yeah, it's got to go. Okay. And let's just pick up all our crap, because it's daylight now. It just pauses the curing when you leave it, or when you pick it back up. It doesn't reset it. Let's grab all our stuff here. Okay, we are done, and we are leaving. Finally. I know, you're probably thinking, Jesus Christ, finally. Okay, so, here we go. All the animals are dead. They better be. Like, I don't want no surprises. There's another one over there. We're not messing with any more wolves. I promised you I wouldn't do that. Alright, so we came from roughly that direction over there. And the farmhouse should be around this direction over here. Across a couple of hills, and you should be able to see it. The tower is over there. It's kind of hard. Like, I have to turn this way so you can see it in the far left of the screen there in the periphery. If I turn, watch, it fades out. But it's right over there. It's on the left side. Right there. Extreme left. I'll put an arrow there. That's next episode. This episode, farmhouse. Farmhouse is actually rather large. And thankfully, I think we cleared out most of the animals already in the area. So we don't have to worry about that. Like, that part's already over with, which is nice. I'm pretty sure I'm heading in the right direction. Tell you what, let me do this, and we'll see, because it'll highlight it. Yeah, we're heading the right direction. Okay, so it's kind of up this way. Another wolf. I will shoot you in the face, I swear to God. Sometimes you get to see the animals chase, like, the deer, which is cool. One thing I wish they would show is if you could actually watch the wolves, like, gang up on a bear. That would be awesome. I think I'm walking faster than he's approaching, so screw it. I'm just gonna leave him. Because if I can get close enough to these deer, maybe he'll pick a deer instead of me. I doubt it, though. Like, once they pick you out, that's kind of it. So I could run a bit like this, right? Increase the distance a little bit. Yeah. I hear him. Okay, there he is. And then if I could put him in line with one of those deer, he might, like, de-aggro. Oh, screw it. Look at that, he turned around. Whatever. Whatever. Guess he didn't want that smoke. Oh, look, there's the other one. Okay, so I happen to know that those little groves of trees and things, that kind of, I think that's right by the house. Yeah, it's on the other side of this river. Like, I'm pretty sure of it. I've never gotten a thin ice warning on this river, by the way. Like, I can't recall ever having that. Oh, come on, get up there. Should be right over this hill. There's the grove. There's the bridge. There's, yeah. Yeah, it's right there. Nice. Very nice. This is actually perfect timing, too, because I'm pretty sure... Like, guys, let me tell you a secret, okay? Never keep a woman waiting if dinner's ready. Never. It's like the biggest insult. They will get pissed. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, or whatever. Never, ever, ever keep a woman waiting when she says dinner's ready. Or that will be the last time you get dinner. Take my word for it. Are you kidding me? How many more wolves are in this area? Jesus. Oh, I missed. Screw it. We're at the house. That's all that matters. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's a storm cellar here. We'll do that. I'm pretty sure I can loot the storm cellar, the basement. Or wait, no, the basement goes up into the house. Never mind. I was going to say we have to jump out and then, you know, go back in or whatever, but we're just going to loot this place quickly. Okay, put that away. These are already open. One thing I noticed is I changed direction very quickly, and I'm sure that's confusing to some of you, orientation-wise. So I'm trying to be better about slowing down my motions. Dryer. Socks? Nothing. Shirt? Nothing. That looks like a dog bed. Like, you should be able to tear that down for, like, stuff. Materials and whatnot.
Hope I can still eat this.
Anything useful? Yet. How about here? Matches. Oh, there's a drawer here. Oh, there are 4 drawers. Okay, I thought there was just an open hole. Alright, so this part of the basement is done. I think there is a door, so I should be able to just go straight into the house from here. Yeah. Toolbox. And then we're in the house. Very good. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we're in the house. And we're also out of time for the day. But I got you here. And the one thing that I wanted to show you about this house that's really useful is... Ooh, another pot. So we have a 6-burner stove, which means I can just cook everything nice and quickly and get all that out of the way. And what I will do is in the beginning of next episode, to save you all time, I will loot this house out before I start it. So that way, oh God, tell me I didn't leave my bearskin. Damn it. You remember that thing I told you? Don't leave your bearskin. Yeah. Yeah. So what I will do is I will go back and get my bearskin bedroll. I will loot this house. and then we will pick up after I leave this house to the next point of interest to save you time, because I know this episode ran a little long, but I want to take the time to thank you for watching. And if you are new to my channel, then welcome. But if you're a regular here, welcome back, and I'm sorry this was a little more mundane than usual. But anyway, for either one of you, maybe check out my other playlist and see if my other interests may be of interest to you. We also host a show on Saturday called Pwnery's Week in Review, and I am trying very diligently to stay on schedule and on task for that.
I would drink almost anything about now.
Okay, and I think that's all I got for you today. I'm really bad at these closers lately just because I got a lot on my mind. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Later.